moving along to long ball number 2 here for Friday. Leo Messi and his bodyguard, or Leo Messi's bodyguard, and Logan Paul have beef. This is one that sounds like it's written for The Onion or something. Why don't you explain that to us here?
Okay, so this is tangentially soccer related, but it's Lionel Messi, so let's just go ahead and dig into it. Okay, you may have seen this energy drink or hydration or whatever it's called. I don't know. It's Prime or something. This
Consumable.
Yes, some liquid that is questionable to put into your body, probably. I don't know. Maybe it's great. People probably love it. This is Logan Paul's energy drink or his hydration or his fitness beverage. Okay, apparently he's heavily involved. And by the way, I will admit that I have trouble keeping Jake and Logan distinct in my brain. They're just one person. The Paul. That's what they are, the Paul. So Logan Paul has an energy drink called Prime. Apparently, Lionel Messi has an energy drink called Mas Plus now. And as you can see, there might be a slight similarity in design and color scheme. I don't know. Okay. Maybe it goes beyond that. Maybe it's beyond just the color scheme. Maybe there's something else going on here in terms of the lawsuit that Logan Paul and Prime have filed against Lionel Messi and Mas Plus. Basically like a cease and desist. Hey, stop doing this. You're infringing on our IP or whatever it is, or you're infringing on our trademarks. And this has led now. I guess this is just a natural way to move forward in this situation. This has led first to this. Let's play this.
Logan, I'm doing this video because a lot.
Let me try it again.
Let's do it one more time. Street. They send me message. I get a lot of comments on Instagram about this fight. So now the reverse is broken. There is no way out. Let's do the fight for the people. On doit le faire pour le peuple. Let's do it.
Okay, so that is...
I feel like I have a somewhat handle on the pulse of the people, and is a soccer player's bodyguard versus a YouTube MMA fighter what the people want?
That is a good question. And I don't know how often Chueko, that guy, that's Messi's bodyguard. In fact, here, let me just illustrate. This is what he often does. There he is right there with Lionel Messi, stopping a very dangerous pitch invader from getting to the world soccer superstar. Now, to give Messi credit, it's like he's running away from this kid who just wants a picture with Lionel Messi. But this is largely what people know him for.
That's his body of work.
This is what they know him for. Stopping people from running on the field. And now he, I guess, on behalf of Leo, because of the lawsuit, is challenging Logan Paul to a fight.
Naturally.
Yeah, right. Just of course. Like, what else would happen? They wouldn't. Lawyers? Who needs lawyers? This is now we were involving bodyguards, and of course the Pauls have made their name in part on their fighting. Right? Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, which was one of the most ridiculous sporting events of all time. That I will admit that I watched. I did. I watched it. I shouldn't have, but I did. And now Logan is involved here, apparently, with this issue with Yassine Chueko. I don't know. Here, before we play the response from Logan Paul, because there is one. I think it just dropped in the last couple of hours because it's all over the internet today. Do you think Messi had to have approval on this? Or is the bodyguard free to do whatever he wants in terms of challenging Logan Paul to this fight that he says people on the street are asking? Maybe that's Miami, by the way. Maybe I just don't understand Miami. Maybe people really are asking him about fighting Logan Paul.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been so snarky about the finger on the pulse of the people. Yeah, maybe people do come up to Messi's bodyguard, tears in their eyes. It's like, you got to fight the internet, the internet MMA fighter Prime guy. You got to fight him. Like, the world will not move on without this conflict. But Messi, will he sign up? Like, Messi's brand is so huge. Like, this doesn't necessarily... it doesn't elevate Messi's brand by any means.
Do you think that this...
But it is getting a lot of... Actually, now that I think about it, it is getting publicity for Mas Plus. Like, to be fair, I hadn't heard of that drink before,
So I will give you my theory, but here is Logan Paul's response.
Bro, I heard Messi's bodyguard is talking shit.
Saw that.
He thinks he can take you.
Tell him to get in line, bro.
cash. It's an MMA guy who thinks he can box, who thinks he's entitled to victory or attention because he's Messi's bodyguard. I've offered to fly people out before. He doesn't even deserve a fly out. It's like, bro, I'm here in Puerto Rico. If you want to pull up on me in Puerto Rico, you're more than welcome, bro. But when I beat your ass, this is a big when. Not if, when I beat your ass, you got to drink Prime.
All right.
Oh, there's the punishment. He's gonna force the Prime down his throat.
You have to drink Prime. You can't drink Moss Plus, which there's a question. I really have a serious question whether Yassine Chueko, looking at who he is and what he does and his background, whether he would put that in his body, right? Okay. This whole thing feels like a work. This whole thing feels, I mean, Logan Paul is a WWE superstar at this point in his, whatever his career is, right? This feels like it's been written by some WWE writers. And even if they weren't involved directly, it feels like somebody is kind of manipulating a situation. And maybe this is the way to make Logan Paul whole for Messi's side. Maybe they were like, oh, we really don't want to sink money into defending a lawsuit from Logan Paul over this brand infringement thing. We'll just have Messi's bodyguard, who has his own fame because of the internet, because he's Messi's guy, because he's got his own social media platform. We'll just have him fight Logan Paul and make a ton of cash, and Logan goes away happy that he made a ton of cash off this fight, right?
Yeah, Daniel, I think you that's a possibility here. There's definitely some sort of work going on here. Daniel in the comments, so-called celebrities fighting each other as a joke, and credit to these guys, both like to create jobs like this for yourself, like. These are one-on-one sort of jobs. Like, I am the only bodyguard that is allowed to go on a soccer field and be the pitch invader tackler. Like, there's people hired by stadiums and leagues that aren't doing this, or it's a separate job. But this is for an individual player. Imagine if there was 22 player bodyguards running up and down the sideline at all times.
It is a question.
Plus the Paul obviously creating his own thing, from a YouTuber to MMA to a drink mogul. Like, credit to them for carving out their own niche.
I guess.
But this definitely seems like a work. Even that video that you just played of the guy going, I heard Leo's bodyguards talking bleep. And like, that is just like the perfect setup for him to just go on a rant for that. I mean, that, if nothing else, that video is a work.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know.
The production value on the Paul video is much higher than the bodyguards.
Well, I mean, that's what they do, right? They make YouTube videos and millions of people watch them for reasons I don't quite get. I'm a little bummed up. People might know my wife is Puerto Rican. I spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico. I love that place. My 4-year-old, is always talking about Puerto Rico. I'm sort of bummed Logan Paul has posted up in Puerto Rico. I mean, he's allowed to, right? And you don't need a passport to travel to Puerto Rico, so go visit and support the economy and all those things.
The true 51st state, if you will.
Man, there's a whole lot of people exploiting Puerto Rico right now, and I feel bad that Logan Paul may be one of those people exploiting Puerto Rico. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's pumping money into the economy. Maybe he's doing that. The crypto bros are worse than Logan Paul, probably. That's probably true. Now, look, let me make this about us and soccer a little bit, because obviously this is a celebrity fight story, and it's barely related to soccer because we've just invoked Messi's name. Just happened to be his bodyguard involved in this, and the energy drink situation. Does this do any good for Major League Soccer when it comes to leveraging Messi? Because I've had enough conversations recently with people who know the game, know people in American soccer, have covered American soccer in depth for years, who have contacts and are saying this whole thing is there. It's not going anywhere. Major League Soccer is not doing enough. The game is not growing the way it could. Messi's behind a paywall. He's not doing interviews. He's not doing anything to help boost the game except just play for Inter Miami when he's healthy. And right now he might not be healthy enough to play many games anymore. So does this do anything? Is it good, bad, indifferent?
It's definitely outside of the box thinking if Major League Soccer has somehow orchestrated this, or Messi's
I don't believe. I don't believe.
But what if he's like, I might be missing from the league for a couple of weeks, so let's keep my name in the circles? Or what if Logan Paul starts showing up to Inter Miami games? And then you get the kind of the internet sensationalist people following. Is he going to show up at the Miami game?
All of the influencers were there in the beginning when Messi arrived. They all showed up. They went to the games. We got the pictures, the Kardashians and the whole thing, right?
Yep.
I think some of that has obviously ebbed, and there's not nearly as much attention. Once something stops being new, you have to find other ways in this country, right? Obviously, if Lionel Messi was playing somewhere else, maybe it would be fine because it would be a soccer mad place and they wouldn't need to juice the influence that Messi has or the impact he has on the game. But there really is a question here. Like, is Lionel Messi going to end his playing career in the United States of America, playing for Inter Miami, and we kind of go, oh, that happened. What did it do for us? Not a whole lot. Or what did it bring Major League Soccer? Oh, they got an Apple TV deal that maybe will be canceled if they can't deliver more than what they've delivered to this point. I mean, again, this is one of those things where it's like, I'm talking about the Paul Messi Chueko thing is nonsense. It's dumb. It's stupid. But it is, if it does anything at all to bring more attention to MLS, it's better than nothing. Because right now it doesn't look like the on-the-field product with Messi is delivering for MLS.
We shall see if there's any suplexes on the sideline in MLS as we move forward.
I think they're talking about a boxing match. That's what they were talking about in the Paul video. It wasn't like, I don't think these guys are going out there and doing like DDTs and pile drivers and power bombs. They don't do pile drivers anymore, but power bombs. I don't think that's happening.
Over under on Logan Paul running onto the field and getting tackled by the bodyguard.
Man, if they did that sort of work, that would be a joke. I would be very mad about it as a soccer fan. But I imagine it would be entertaining.
Would that be on the Sports Center top 10 or not top 10 if that actually
not top 10? It'd be on the not top 10. If it was in the game or during a game, absolutely not on the. Now, if they've managed to like do it before the game starts, Chueko's just kind of loitering around, keeping an eye on the crowd. Got to protect my guy Leo, and then here comes Logan Paul. He's flying out of the tunnel.
Is that the Paul music?
Is that Logan Paul's music? Oh, man. He's holding a bottle of Prime. He tries to dump it all over Chueko. Oh, man. It could be amazing. We should be writing for this.
It could be fun. We'll keep an eye on that thing that's totally going to happen.